making fun of us. Like, are you guys talking about business again? Is this work again? Gross margins? Like,
right
what are you
before
talking
this,
about?
we were talking about our legs being destroyed because we crushed a
Oh,
leg day
man.
yesterday. It's
Yeah.
too much. Too
These
much.
Bulgarian squats. I'm not built for them. You know, I'm
Me
not
either,
built for them.
bro.
The flexibility. You can clip this. My cheeks are sore. So.
Welcome to the Reimagining Home Services podcast. I'm Brady Jolly with my partner and COO, Scott Sharrock. We lead a rapidly growing plumbing, HVAC, electrical, and water cleanup business, and we're on a mission to run a $100 million company. Join us as we walk through the challenges, decisions, and lessons that come with that journey. All right, we're live, man. First podcast.
Yeah, man. Super excited about it. Ready to see what it brings for 26 and beyond.
Love it. We're coming into the year hot, man. Pumped. It's going to be fun. This is something we've talked about for a long time. I think I just wanted to start by talking about like why we're doing it. I mean, everywhere you turn, people are starting podcasts.
For sure.
It's always been something that we've talked about. You know, we have like the Meet the Team podcast, which is a lot different than this, but you and I we have these conversations every day and talk about the business and growing the business. And like, it's like one of the most fun things like in life. It's awesome. Like it's a blast, you know? And it seems like as, you know, we like nerd out about this stuff. And like when people see us do that, our friends and our like other people that are in the business, they're like, they love it. They're like dialed into it. And it's like really interesting for people, you know? Like
For sure.
sometimes when we talk about this, I'm like, we're the only people that care about it, but actually there's a lot of people that care about it. So that I think was the first part. I'm like, man, people actually care about this stuff. It's cool. Then the more like I listen to these podcasts every day, these type of podcasts, some of the other people in the industry really respect. And it's like really cool to hear what they have to say. It's great. I'm thinking like, man, they're getting these great guests on that they get to learn from. Like the other part is, hey, let's just learn from people that we have on and talk to them about it right here and have, rather than having these conversations behind closed doors, let's just have them, me and you. So
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to do it. But you tell me what you liked about it.
Yeah, I just love being able to voice of our experiences, the losses, the wins, the connections. I think, you know, being in this industry, it's super exciting to see the recent boom, and it's been massive, right? So even, 15 years ago, the excitement has grown. And I think a lot of the younger generation is getting into it, and it's a massive opportunity to tap into those voices as well, which is podcast one. We're going to be on LinkedIn, we're going to be on X now, formerly Twitter, all those things. So being able to share our passion with the younger generations, and then also those that want to learn and participate. Like when I listen to podcasts, when I see LinkedIn posts, it makes an actual impact on my day-to-day business. Like the other day, I just saw a posting about sewer lining material, and it literally drove conversations for us to look into our partnership, who our vendor was. And now, just 2 weeks later, we're changing our entire process in sewer lining from one post in LinkedIn.
Yep.
And then if we have the opportunity to make the impact on somebody else, also to hold ourselves accountable, to be having this podcast, to make sure that we're holding ourselves to the highest standard to truly reimagining home services. That's some of my why, and have fun doing it.
Yep.
Right? Like being with my best friend, being with the tradespeople. There's a lot of, my closest people are inside this, in our company, in coaching firms, at our vendors, at our suppliers, and connect it all in one.
It's fun, cool. Man. It's fun. Yeah, totally agree. And the selfish reason is like, let's have people on here that tell us how to run our business. And I mean, most of what we do, we've learned from other people. So I just want to double down on that and keep
Absolutely
doing it. Keep doing it, right?
100%. And I think it's just keeping that fuel, right? It's keeping the rocket fuel going, making sure that we're staying aligned. Not trying to reinvent the world, but also not just being stuck in our own ways. There's been so many changes in our industry, as I was talking about too, but you got AI coming in, you got all these new softwares, you have new staffing challenges, and there's obviously a difference of scaling, right? Like the way we're scaling, we're growing, grew by 40% in 25. There's new challenges that come in operationally, and just to get people's opinions in here that have done it, that also are, paving fire roads for new products, because there's a lot of experienced tradespeople that grew a business from 10 to 30 million, but they didn't have any of this software.
Yep.
Right. So getting those new experienced trade owners in here, coaches in here, it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, and as you know, I guess for the listeners, we have a 10-year vision to be a $100 million company, 3-year vision to be a $30 million company. Right now, we're $14 million company, just shy of 14 million actually. So I want this podcast to be for other people that maybe they're less than that, or maybe they're more than that, and they have some of the same things that they're striving for, and come along the journey with us. Hopefully, learn a few things along the way, and I think it's going to be really fun, especially looking back on this and seeing where we started with this podcast, and just letting the podcast grow as our business does. Kind of want to dive into just our backgrounds. Jolly. Right now, you and I both we run the company together, Jolly Plumbing, Drains, Heating, and Air. It's my family business. My parents started in 1979. I took over management in 2012, or 2014 really took over management, started working in the office in 2012, right around the time you were coming in. Bought the business from my parents in 2017. We have been a commercial company. We've been like an everything plumbing company. This was a plumbing business to start. 2021 started the HVAC business, which has been maybe the best decision we've ever made in all of our business, along with going to fully residential. So fully residential has kind of been a longer process, but been the last 6 or 7 years. And now as we sit today, we're 95% residential. If it looks like residential and they're willing to pay today, we might do commercial. And then your journey, you've been with the company a long time now, so why don't you tell us about how you got here?
Yeah, so met obviously in college, Norsup, NKU, and it was just an unbelievable experience. So I was here for 7 years prior, and was gone at Nexstar for about 2 years. So I had the opportunity to be able to see the coaching side of it, which what a blessing that was, right? To be able to see all these different businesses and different states, different elements, different trades, and then have the ability to not just learn the language. Actually, Julian, CEO of Nexstar, just posted something yesterday. It was like, you can know the language, but can you actually do it? So not only just seeing the language and understanding the model, but watching it being implemented. That was like the game-changing factor. So having the opportunity to come back, it's been about 2 years. I've been back at Jolly, and it's been an absolute blessing. So there's a lot in that story. I don't know if this is the time for it, but essentially we've made a lot of mistakes. We've done a lot of things right. Launching some new trades, starting electric this month. So 2026 is a big launch for us. HVAC's been massively successful. I think what I'm most excited about is not only the revenue growth and the scaling to 100 million, but doing it the right way. And I think this podcast is going to be a massive tool for that. Not only to share, what we're doing that's working well, but learning from those others is, okay, we want to scale, but we want to do it the right way. That's the best for our employees, best for our customers, to be profitable, to be sustainable. And that's what really gets me excited.
Yeah, I think one of my biggest revelations the last couple of years is like this. Primarily you were away for 2 years at Nexstar, which I can't agree more. It was like one of the best things that ever happened in the business, probably. You going out and you were already an animal, and then you just learned so much from everybody, all these other companies that were great, and came back just on fire. Yeah. It's been massive for our business, just unbelievable, priceless for our business. But just doing it with friends, yeah. It's fun, man. There's obviously challenges to working with your buddy, like you and I, best men at each other's weddings, best buddies. There's challenges to it, but man, the upside is just great. It's so fun. Yes. We have other friends that work here. It's just I've had the realization of just I want to be here. I want to work. I want to be around my buddies, and I want to be achieving and doing, winning and just achieving stuff with them, Yep. So it's been a blast, man. And it's funny though, we've been doing this together on and off now 13 years. Mm-hmm. Really since I started my career, you've been right alongside me as the right-hand man. But I also feel like it's a startup. I feel like we're just starting.
For sure. Yeah. And I think we've really clearly defined what we want to do now. And that's the exciting part. And I couldn't agree more of like working with your friends and being able to, we do everything together, work out together. One of our buddies gives us a hard time. We'll be working out and he's making fun of us like, are you guys talking about business again? Is this work again? Gross margins? Like,
Right
what are you
before
talking
this, we were
about?
talking about our legs being destroyed because we crushed a
Oh
leg day
man,
yesterday. It's
yeah.
too much.
Those
Too much.
Bulgarian squats. I'm not built for them. I'm
Me
not built
either,
for them.
bro.
The flexibility, but you can clip this. My cheeks are sore. So. But
uh,
it's exciting. You want to kind of, as we introduced ourselves, like just tee up what we've done in 25
yep.
and where we're going to, and I think that's just a good part. Just kind of do a high level view there.
Yeah. 2025 was, I think we're going to look back on it for a long time as just a completely transformational year for us, for Jolly. You came back in 2024. We were, or 2023, the end of 2023, right?
Yep,
So to start
November.
2024. Yeah. And we were teed up. I mean, I kind of think this theme of like back 21, 22 through COVID, going into 23, we were like, everything's ready. Like we wanted to build it right, build the leadership team, get people in the right seats, build it, processes and procedures. And we were starting to feel like a real business. And we thought that was going to be 2023. We're like, this is our takeoff year. Flat, not great. We grew, but profit not where we wanted to be. Disappointing year. You kind of come on, we're like, all right, here we go. This is going to be insane. You come on, just the energy was unbelievable. 2024 was disappointing for us.
Yeah.
Like it was,
Flat year.
we were changing so much. And I think that we thought we could change it all and have all this turnover and even more right people in the right seats and personnel conversations and grow and be profitable. And we just had a disappointing year. So 2025, again, we're feeling like, man, everything's set up. It feels like we are going to just take off. But I think in the back of both of our heads, it's like, at least for me, I'm like, man, I've been thinking this for 3 years, 2-3 years now,
Yeah.
Well, it happened. It happened. 40% revenue growth, most profitable year in the history of the company, double-digit profit, 15% profitability, growth in every single department, plumbing service 20%, HVAC service 100% growth in our fourth full year, HVAC install 80% growth in our fourth full year. It really was a rocket ship year. Most interesting part about the year for me was we did it there. We really didn't have more leads.
No, less.
Had
Considerable
less leads, which is a huge opportunity and a problem we need to figure out, and we're in the process of figuring out. But we grew almost 40%, 39% through operational improvements.
Yeah.
It was through, you getting your operational team dialed in. And I couldn't have said it 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Like I think that we're becoming a world-class operations company, operating at a very high level, as high of a level as many companies, as any company in the country. And that's just started happening in the last year. And it's been fun watching our leaders win day after day. We went 2 or 3 years. We come into daily huddle every day and people are just down, man. Like trying to get the juices flowing, trying to get people pumped. And it's just red. And like, it's hard. Culture's so important to us. It's hard to build a good culture when you're losing. And 2025, celebrating, winning, seeing green on the board, pumping people up. It's just been fun, man. It's been fun. So we did it in 2025. You posted on LinkedIn. I think it was a great post. Like, yeah, we did it. We're celebrating it.
Yeah.
But we just built another budget it's
25's over.
25's over. We built a big budget. Now we got to go get it again. So curious to hear your thoughts on 2025.
Yeah, I think 2025 was operational wins. I really think it's the leaders of the departments that truly understood the specific actions on what they had to take. And it all starts with being able to read where your gross margins are at. How do you control your labor? That's not just cutting people's hours, right? That's billable efficiency, task per call, pricing model, making sure that everything's appropriate, conversion rate, average sale, understanding our materials, having great conversations with our vendors and our suppliers. Like there's a huge content there that we've pushed a lot, is having these great relationships, but also holding them accountable. We've went through a lot since 21, 22 with price increases, and at some point we have to take back control. And I think we've done a great job of that this year. So the leadership development for 25 to be able to sit into our weekly ops L10 um, and do our scorecard reviews, and everyone in that room truly understand what they're reviewing and how they're going to affect that, and how they're going to take it to their teammates and spread the goals is what I think changed between 24 and 25 with less leads. I think some of that was the biggest thing that we did in 25 as far as a project was our like redefining our mission, vision, values,
100%.
um, and having a clear expectation. We were prepping for this yesterday, and we were just talking about meet the team, and one of the things Brady was mentioning was how well the meet the team is going, and he asked a question: "Is what's your favorite core value?" And that's not scripted. So the fact that we can pull anyone in this entire company into Meet the Team podcast, and then you can ask them, what's your favorite core value and why? That's a reimagined home services.
Yeah, and I
That's
think
a
we've done
reimagined.
30 some, and nobody's ever said, I can't remember one.
Yeah.
It's me. I actually, Maggie and Sebastian, I asked them to put a sign in here because I'm just waiting for somebody to say, what is it? But we've never had that, and you're right, man. Mission, vision, values, I think it's underrated the impact that it had. Like you and I knew it was special. Like we had something special here. Like, it's like something here is different. We have employees that love it. We're building a good culture. It's fun. This was even when we weren't even really all that profitable or achieving, but it's like people liked working here and there was something special about it, but we'd never taken the time to define it. Like, what's a jolly employee? Why are we doing this other than just the obvious? Like, we're taking care of customers and we're making money. And like, why though? Why? And we just kept asking ourselves that, redefined mission, vision, values. We're going to do a whole episode on mission, vision, values and the importance of it. But man, you're right. You're right. When every single person is rowing in the same direction and knows the why, dude, you are an animal at hammering in the mission, vision, values. Every time we turn around, recognition board, be the name, here to serve, win the day, you're dialed in on it. And I think all of our managers are. And I think that's what we did different. It was like, we're going to do this mission, vision, values, but we're going to talk about it so much that you don't have a choice if you work here, but to know what they are.
It's in every cadence that we do. Our daily huddles, it's in our one-to-ones, on our form, what core value you're executing. It's in all of our weekly trainings, in our monthly town halls. It lives everywhere. One of my favorite things, you just touched base on it, but we use Discord as our company platform, and we have a recognition. Every single day, there is literally 50 messages of inner employees recognizing other people. And I like to get up there. Don't get me wrong. I like to burn up. We got some names in there. We got some nicknames. We want to give people some credit. But when you have other employees that really believe in your values and they're recognizing it and it's here to serve and it's about your customer or it's win the day, whatever it may be, that's exciting. That's motivating.
Yesterday we had 4 new hires, which was really cool because normally with new hire, I do the mission, vision, values recap with every new hire. Normally I just have one person in there. I think there's been one other time I've had 2 people in there. This was 4 new hires, or actually 3 ended up starting yesterday. So we had 3 people in this. I was telling them about our values.
Yeah.
And when I talk about be the name and winners work, a lot of times we talk about the recognition channel. If you see somebody achieving these, like, let's post it. So I said, let's just get on here right now. And I had to pull it up on the screen. Let's just see. It was 1:00. It was like 1:15. It's like, let's see how many recognitions we've had today. At 1:15, we had 21 recognitions for the day. And that was at 1:00, and by the end, like you said, we probably have 40 or 50. It has become part of our culture. And the fun, I mean, it's funny. I just love dialing in. Like, that's like my social media scrolling is going through Discord and looking at recognition and what funny stuff people are saying. It's hilarious. Why don't you talk about, sometimes like we talk about 2025, it's like, I'm still like giddy talking about it because it just is so relieving. It's like, holy cow, we actually had a great year, successful year, put profit to the bottom line. It feels so good. It's like the first year we've really had like that. Obviously, that's not all positive, though. There's some negative. There's a ton of room for improvement. There's a ton of challenges that we're fighting right now. Why don't you just talk about, like, before we dive into our plan for 2026, talk about what in 2025 you feel like was maybe not great that we can improve on.
Yeah. So some of it was calls. Operationally, one of the things I stay away from is we never talk about call count. Now, on the business senior leadership, we talk about call count often. Like, it's our job to go get our business unit managers calls. They have to be successful. We don't talk about that operationally because we have to be hitting our KPIs, our metrics with the calls that we have. we're not in there saying we're missing budget because of calls. But I think we've done a really great job at the end of 25 of getting us ready for 26. But 25, that was a serious thing. I actually cringed thinking about talking about call count because I've just kind of forecast myself, like, don't talk about calls. But that's a real thing. We have to be able to generate more calls. But you don't need more calls to grow. And you don't need more calls to grow right. Definitely. I think another thing that we had found was scaling sewer install. We've recently, over the past few years, got into sewer lining. We've done a great job of increasing our sewer sales. There's still some opportunity there, especially in our close rate. I think we do a great job with our average sale, but our close rate has some opportunity to go. But we were running into some install efficiencies. So bidding a job for 2 days, taking 3 or 4 days. Bidding a job for 3 days, taking 10 days. Like, there's a couple in there that will really hurt you. And a lot of it isn't from lack of technical experience. Some of it's just communication. Some of it's estimating right. Some of it's the basic of clocking in and getting to your job before 8 a.m. Like, very fundamental things. And some of that came from it just happened, right? Like, we really started to hit it with sewer lining, and we weren't prepared. So that was a miss. We've started this year out, 26, brand new sewer lining vendor. Super exciting. We've done 2 on-site lining trainings. So that's a big attack that we're making. Sewer line efficiency. There's some things that we struggle with on our memberships, and that's retention. There's a couple things there. So one, I think it's how we sell them. So are we selling for discount? One, are we clearly defining what the value is that the customer is getting? Because if they don't understand that they're getting 2 HVAC inspections, furnace, AC, sewer scope, full plumbing inspection, electrical inspection, if they're not understanding that value, they're going to cancel.
Yep.
So that's an opportunity.
100%.
We did a decent job of onboarding, but we need to do a little bit better in plumbing service. I think HVAC's done a great job. Drains has done a great job. Call center's done really well in onboarding our memberships. But we have some absolute work to do with making sure our Jolly Home Plan members are retained. And we have to do better on not only just retaining them, but running those services, making sure they're getting those services out there.
I think that was the biggest theme from BPW. Service agreements. Yeah, our business planning workshop.
For sure.
It was. So out of that, we hired a JHP specialist, Jolly Home Plan specialist. I'm pumped about what she's been here a month now.
Yep.
And that was a budget thing that I've always kind of cringed at. Man, we just don't have enough memberships yet for a Jolly Home Plan specialist. We have 2,000 memberships. We just started selling them 4.5 years ago, really, when we started HVAC. But man, I'm just pumped about it because every year we sit there and we talk about what are we going to do to retain. We've always been pretty good at onboarding. I'm pretty good. We can improve, but what are we going to do to retain more? What are we going to do to retain more? And when it's nobody's job, it's nobody's job, nobody's responsibility. And I think with Amanda now, it's gonna take off. I know it is. We're already seeing it.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. And I think, just a side note, as membership scales, it's hard. It takes some work, like recurring services inside Service Titan, making sure every customer gets a handwritten letter, making sure every customer is properly communicated to, but not overly communicated to. You talk about struggles at 25. One of it was we had 4 softwares we onboarded, and our customers were getting 4 text messages from 4 different types of partnerships, and are we overdoing it? And I think that's a big conversation that we've had, and we've definitely improved on. But that was a challenge.
Ooh.
Are we over communicating to our customers? Are we burning them out?
Yep.
And we had.
We were burning them.
There were some cases where we burn our customers out.
Yeah,
when we're at the gym, and our buddies also dude, why did you text me 4 times yesterday? We were like,
yeah. He's like,
did you schedule your service?
He's like, chill out, bro. You got slow or something? I got 4 texts yesterday. You're right, dude.
So we got to fix that.
We need to chill out. Yep, no doubt. All right, let's talk about 2026 real quick.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if I've been more fired up about coming into a year ever in the last 12 or 13 years doing this. We're coming in hot.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming in hot. Big budget built with a bigger vision. So we have about 20% growth budget built. Budget's the baseline, have to hit it, setting up our overheads for it, non-negotiable. And then we have like a 38% vision built.
Yep.
Vision is if we hit that, we continue to align with our 30 million in 3 years and our 100 million in 10. I don't think I know I've never been as confident that we're going to hit the budget. Definitely not the vision. Like I feel like things are just set up for it. We also have 2 acquisitions going on right now.
Yeah.
Closing on both of them in January. So, really excited to be able to talk more about that.
Can't
with
wait.
everybody and to launch that.
Next couple episodes.
It's going to be electric. Especially one of them. I'm just pumped. New industry. One of them, new industry. The other one, an industry that we're in. So a lot of exciting announcements as long as we can get those across the finish line. We're starting electric. Will, our first electrician, started yesterday.
Nickname Gassy.
Gassy.
Great nickname.
Great dude. Going to be a lot of fun. He's a great culture fit. That's something we've wanted to do for a long time. So we're launching it. February 15th is the launch date, hopefully, depending on some trucks, getting those things set up, but it will be launched before March. And then full rebrand.
Yep.
Full rebrand this year. We've got into the problems of our logo, and we went through a rebrand in 2015. There's just been challenges from a design standpoint. And then as we add trades, our logo was built for Jolly Plumbing. Back then, unfortunately, I didn't have the foresight to think, well, what if we launch
drains, electric, water cleanup?
Yeah. What if we launch all this stuff, and how's that going to fit in our logo? I wish I would have thought about it back then, but it's clunky. Our slogan's a plumbing slogan, Flush Beats a Full House. What do we do with that? How do we talk about that? I mean, really, you ask anybody in the community, we're a plumbing company. It's Jolly Plumbing. Everybody says Jolly Plumbing. I have friends that I mention heating and air around, and they're like, I didn't know you did heating and air. It sucks, right? It's tough. Yeah. So we need to brand ourselves as heating and air, full home service, heating and air, plumbing, electrical company. And that's what we're going to do. So the rebrand is going to be really cool. Obviously, we're not getting rid of Jolly. Jolly is the core part of it, but we're still figuring out what's it named. Is it just Jolly? Is it Jolly Home Services? Is it Jolly Home? What is it? Like right now it's Jolly Plumbing, Drains, Heating and Air. So working through that whole process. Our design company we hired, Harris, they gave us that teaser on the
beautiful.
Plumbing truck.
Looks so good.
Got my juices flowing, dude. That was exciting. That rocked my world for a few days. It was all I could think about. It was absolutely sweet. So that was just an initial draft. But by like mid-March, end of April, we're going to be full rebrand. Start
multiple
wrapping
trades, multiple new trades.
So we're coming in hot. And, all that while we're, like I said, we're building the budgets for 20% growth. So we need to find a way to do that. And, so there's a lot of change, but couldn't be more excited about the year.
Yeah. And I think 26, it's important. And I think, honestly, you do an amazing job of this is we want to have a realistic budget. So coming in with a 20% growth right around, and our managers are so bought in, they're coming to me and said, dude, we're going to blow this out of the water. We're going to do 20 million next year. And I couldn't agree more. And that's what we want. We want them to have the ability to be able to grow 20% every year, non-negotiable.
Yep.
And then have these years where we're growing by 40, 50% or double. And scale it right.
Yep.
That's the number one thing we talk about. We got to scale right.
Yep.
Like we have to control our margins. We have to have the right people. We don't want just bodies. We want people that actually believe in our core values, that live them out. And if they don't, they can't work here. And I think that's the big thing with 26. So some of it's revenue. I think it's continuing building the legacy of, our core values. And that's really shaped. And it started with Barry. That was part of the thing that you did. You created our core values and modeled them after, your dad who started the business, who's actually right now installing a hardwood floor for a basketball court.
New basketball floor.
So
That's
26,
another thing.
26. Yeah.
Brand new basketball court. I just came off the install myself. I got dust on my pants. We got it.
It's
you
exciting.
talk about mental gymnastics.
I've found a pretty busy schedule while you guys are installing that.
No doubt.
I just walk by and see how it's going on. That's exciting. But 26 to me is saying, okay, we've done this. We're going to do it again, and we're going to do it better. That's what 26 is. And with a couple acquisitions and a couple adding trades, while also building more leaders. I can't emphasize enough about, you and I can't do this alone.
Yep.
You have to have a good sized leadership team with people bought in that are fully aligned and have the skill set to be able to do it.
Man, look around right now at our leaders. It's insane. The development that they've had, the level that they're at. I mean, I think it's easy to take for granted. We're just surrounded by awesome people. But there's been times where it's just me and you, and we're looking around like, man, it's going to be hard to develop leaders right now. Like we're a 15, 20 person shop, and nobody'd ever been in leadership. We didn't even know what it was like. We'd never been there. It's like, how are we going to grow a business and like promote people from within? And, we don't even know what we're looking for. Now it's like everywhere you turn, there's really good leaders who you can trust with the department, and they know their numbers. I mean, you've done an awesome job of like tracking. If you would have told me 4 or 5 years ago, the conversations that we can have now with our leaders about gross margin, gross profit dollars, how to move the needle, how to change the labor percentage and the material percentage and why it matters. I mean, man, light years ahead of really where I thought we would be from that standpoint, so it's been good.
I think that's what like gets me excited about the podcast is being able to share these KPIs, being able to share those margins, seeing where materials are going, checking live trends. We work with Nexstar, which I think is the greatest coaching consultant company in the trades. But it's still amazing to be able to check these benchmarks and make sure that they're aligning for live. And newer things like, sewer lining, for example, there wasn't necessarily a clear definition of what your labor materials should be for sewer lining. There's overall sewer install, right? But being able to share like, we want to be at, less than 12% material on these sewer lining jobs, and then figuring out how we get there and what material you should use and what, wetting it out yourself versus buying pre-wet. And that's what we did, right? Yep. Like, so we were buying, just for the podcast, like we were buying sewer lining equipment that was already wetted out because we hadn't seen it done any other way. Yeah. So we're paying almost 3 times the linear foot for that material. Now, there's going to be a little upfront cost for us to be able to wet it out ourselves, but we're going to be doing it for a third of the cost, which is super exciting. And that came from, podcasts from LinkedIn. So awesome. That's what I'm excited about.
Love it, man. Well, great first episode, dude.
Yeah,
it's fun. I'm pumped. It's going to be awesome, man. Good job. Sweet. All right, that's a wrap.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in this week's episode of Reimagining Home Services. We're super excited that we'll have 3 episodes every month come out. They're going to be on all your major platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and also leave a comment if there's a topic that you'd like us to cover.